talks about your legacy and what you left there. Makes you think a little bit about what your legacy was and the extent to which you did leave it, even with all the other firefighters you trained with. So it was nice, very good talk. Um, what we're going to do now is we're going to move on into the meeting itself. And if we're ready, I'll call on our secretary, Don McCulley, to read the minutes for last month's meeting.
February's meeting was called to order by President Jim Bradley, 7:30 p.m., which was a virtual meeting, with an invocation being read by Crispin Bottomley, Niagara on the Lake, station number 4. Moment of silence for our brothers Brian Webb, Niagara Falls, station 6, with 15 plus years of service and a life member of our association at 64 years young. John Enns of Niagara on Lake, station number 3, 20 years of service and a life member of our association. Reading of the minutes, January's, no errors. Motion accepted. The minutes was made by Adonna Somerville, Willoughby, seconded by Gary Morris, Niagara Falls 6. No communications. Treasurer's report, $10,045.46 on record. Education, Isabel Beeland from Chippewa. We have our education for the next few months. March meeting, Chief Scott Lawson, Port Colborne. April, Jim Coates as a past fire chief of Lesser Slave Regional Fire Service in Alberta. Laws and legislation, Dave Thompson, no report. Membership, Captain Jason Mouse, Wainfleet. Please encourage and reach out to your firefighters and get them to sit in or come out to our meetings. Historical, Crispin Bottomley, Niagara Lake, number 4. Received pictures of past presidents' photos from June Seuss of our association and shared. Also, we are continuous posting pictures on our social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, and so forth. Public relations, Crispin Bottomley, Niagara Lake, number 4. Continuing to post and present our social media platforms, different stories, and information from various regions of municipalities throughout Ontario, and for all levels of governments. Trophies, Jim McKinney. Please have your trophies ready and tagged, Niagara Falls 6. Competitions, no report. Convention, this was on the calendar to June 25th to the 27th. Live scenarios with addition of Niagara Falls Training Tower. We are looking for 24 to 30 students, all levels, firefighters and officers. Please contact myself. Students, please bring full PPE, SDBA, and spare bottles. Training will begin at 7:30 sharp. Receive the message as setting up virtual celebrations for Canada Day. We might not be having this year's convention. Nominating, Adonna Somerville, Niagara Falls 5, no report. Credentials, life members, 32. Visitors, 2. Total attendance, 34. Halls representative, 11. Silver Hamlet goes to Wainfleet, Chippewa, Niagara Falls, Station 6, with 6 members each. Unfinished business, Crispin Bottomley, Queenston, chair of the ad hoc committee for the 100th anniversary. Crispin will be hosting a virtual meeting on March 11th at 7:30 p.m. This is open to anyone that has interest of assisting or having any ideas. Our guest speaker, Claire Moswell, Welland Central Fire Hall, Historical and Restoration Chair Board. She gave us a briefing of the history of the station and its heritage of the building of the city, and a group of volunteers who's taking over the building and restoring the building to keep the history of the 100-year building alive. The project of the restoration is going to cost approximately $1.2 million. The federal government has started the raising of the money by granting towards the funding of $500,000 The city is to grant the project $100,000. This will be in two installments. They're accepting donations from the various platforms in different allotments, which there is a $5 challenge through the web. Please visit the web, www.wellandcentralfirehall.ca, about us. Education, photographer Mitchell Brown, Smoke is Showing, presented samples of pictures that he takes for his book and ongoing history of the men and women within the fire service. Mitchell has traveled across North America, taking various events, tragedies, funerals, and training evolutions. He also does various portraits for groups, firefighters, gear shots, and now generations within the past through the fire service. He is working with the Canadian Firefighter magazine to put together various families within the service. His model is capturing the history, preserving these portraits for future, and keep these archives alive. Education was thanked by Isabel Chippewa. Announcements, Chrisman Bottomley, station number 4. We're passing along and posting record versions of the meetings on social medias. In our minutes, they are included. Topic, Niagara District's personal meeting room, date February 25th. And then the website that you could review. Adjourned, Jim McKinney, Niagara Falls 6, Gilles Beauvais, Welland 2-4. That's it.
Thank you very much, Don. If I get a motion from the floor to accept the minutes as read. Adonis, seconded, Shane Barnes, Niagara Falls 6. Okay, we have a motion on the floor to accept the minutes as read. I'm going to open the floor for any errors or omissions. If anybody saw any errors or omissions, Jill?
10,045.56.
Okay, and that is the number to be corrected.
Treasurer's report, that is it's
Okay.
56 cents. Sorry.
It's
Any other errors or omissions?
156?
Yeah.
Okay,
10,045.56.
Okay, so we have a motion on the floor to accept the minutes as read. Adonis and Shane, are you okay if we amend it with that correction? Thank you very much. Without any other concerns of errors or omissions, we'll put it to a vote. All in favor to accept the minutes? Any opposed? Just looking to the chat bar. I have none opposed. Motion's carried. Thank you very much. Dawn, any receiving of communications?
nothing to report.
Thank you. Move to receiving of accounts. Gilles Beauvais?
Accounts.
Okay, treasurer's report.
Our balance is $10,045.56.
Okay. That amount will be put on file to be reviewed by the auditing committee. Any questions or concerns for Gilles? None. Moving forward, we'll move to the committee reports. We'll start with education. Isabel?
Yep. So as was already mentioned, in April, we have past Chief Jamie Coots, who will talk about from Lesser Slave Regional Fire Service in Alberta. So he'll talk about some of the stuff that he's doing. Also his, I guess when he was involved with the Lesser Slave Lake wildfires of 2011. And then I'm just going to start to work on education for May. And that's all I have.
Excellent. Thank you, Isabel. Any questions or concerns for Isabel? We'll move on. Laws and legislation. Dave Thompson not attendance. Do we have any correspondence, Dawn, from David?
Nothing.
Okay, we'll file a no report. nominating.
Yes, I'll just bring it to the floor that's here. If anybody knows of anybody that wants to run for second vice, bring their name forward to Don or yourself, the president, and get their name in before the convention. Because I don't get around to the halls, or we don't see anybody, so it's very tough to talk to somebody, so.
Excellent. Okay. Any questions for Adonis at this time? Okay, thank you. We'll move on to the competition report. Don, there's anything provided?
Received. I have nothing received, Jim.
Okay, thank you. We'll file no report. Trophies? Jim?
No report.
Thank you. Historical?
Historical, no report.
Thank you. Crispin, also public relations?
For public relations, we did have an expanded selection of ways to promote this month. And I'll continue to work with the education committee starting this week so that we can promote out to the different halls to get a good turnout for our guest speaker that's coming all the way across the country.
Excellent. I know with the guest speaker next year or next month to be really pushing towards getting some more of our recruits out and a lot of our firefighters that are intermittently attending. So we'd like to see a good push to have out for our next meeting.
And furthermore on public relations, I was able to send the link to the recording to our secretary to get included in the minutes. So if anyone was not able to watch Mitchell Brown last month, they were at least able to see it in the recording.
Thank you, Crispin. Okay, convention.
Okay, an update for the convention. As of right now, the city parks are not releasing any permits to use the parks at this time. Our active members have talked to the chief also, and we're thinking not hosting the convention this year because the city right now is doing virtual Canada Day, and they're actually moving forward with all other activities virtually. We can't actually get hands on any permits to get use of the parks or anything, so they're not giving any information out to us. So we will host the annual general meeting virtually, and basically I'll talk to Isabel, and maybe if we can slide in something for education, we will.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Well, we've all been hoping for the best, and when it came to the annual general meeting and hosting for convention, all hoping for the best that things would turn around. But we all had the feeling that it might not. So we'll come up with some good ideas to make sure that we can host our general meeting, our election through, and the passing of the guards, of course, and of course, make sure that we have an excellent education as we always do. So, okay, so tentatively right now, we'll make sure that the executive gets together and talk about various things that we can add into the June meeting to make sure that it runs smoothly, and of course, is something that everybody's voice will get heard again. So thank you for the report, Don. What are the committee reports I stepped over, and I apologize, is membership.
Vice President Jay.
Jay may have stepped away from his microphone. We'll come back to the membership committee report. Any other committees that we looked at right now? The other one that we have going as an ad hoc committee for the 100-year anniversary. Crispin, do you have a report for?
Yes, I'd like to invite anyone who wishes to speak about the 100th anniversary to stay on at the conclusion of this meeting. And we will try the method that way to discuss. So anyone at the conclusion of this meeting can stay on and we can discuss activities surrounding the 100th anniversary. Thank you.
Hey, Crispin, thank you very much. We look to credentials. Don, do you have anything in the way of credentials for tonight's meeting?
We have 9 departments. I'm just counting up the members we have.
Thank you.
$27 members. And the silver helmet goes to Niagara Falls 6 with 10 personnel attending.
Very good. Very good. Thank you for the report. I don't know if Jason, if you're back to your computer, if you're having technical difficulties. Vice President Jason, there you go.
Sorry, I'm just running the fire call right now. Yeah, get people to come out and hopefully we open up again. More people will show up to the meeting. Sorry, I gotta go.
Jason, go, be safe. Thank you very much. Appreciate your attendance. Okay. We go through this part of the meeting kind of quickly. So if there's any questions or concerns, again, raise your hand or put something in the chat. Now I look to any unfinished business on the floor.
The only thing we have, President, is just the ad hoc committee.
Okay.
An update from Crispin?
Well, Crispin presented it. Just to mention that anybody interested, we'd have a meeting after. Were you able to have a meeting on March 11th, Crispin?
Yes, I met with myself, and I have created some ideas, and I have the notes from that meeting. They're not written down, they're up here.
All right. Excellent. Okay, without any other unfinished business, I'll ask the floor if there's any new business. Okay. And without any other new business and any announcements or anything that people would like to bring forward, make sure it gets into the minutes and out to the entire membership. Okay.
So with Wainfleet on their way to an emergency, please look at the Facebook page, as it does have something about a fish fry event that they were going to do.
Yes, fish fry for Wainfleet. It's a drive-through or drive-by. Pick it up. Good Friday, from 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock or till it's sold out. Last year they sold out very quickly.
Okay. Okay, again, we'll make sure that is in the minutes, get added to it. Keep it in mind, April 2nd comes up pretty quickly. So if you're interested, make sure you get to the webpage to take a look at it. Okay, without any other announcements, if you do think of something, please contact Don
We do
McCauley.
have Joe from Station 3 Pelham. I don't know if it's something about a strawberry. He is unmuted. They do usually have their strawberry festival coming up.
They're looking at doing something in a drive-through nature. We would certainly need approval from the town to open up their buildings if we're going to have people on site. But it's not confirmed yet. We're still trying to assemble manpower.
So news to follow if anything comes up.
Joe, if you can just pass it on if you get anything, so I can just put it out to the membership.
Yep, can do. Thanks, Tom.
Okay, again, guys, I want to thank everybody for making it out tonight. Again, make sure the little exposure you do get with your fellow firefighters, make sure they do get to look at the minutes and encourage them to come out next month. At that point, I make a motion, looking to the floor to adjourn. Shane Barnes, a motion to adjourn, seconder. Isabel, thank you. All in favor? Okay, we'll adjourn tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll stay on for the 100th anniversary.
All right, good night, everyone.